If I told you I was an army general, math prodigy,
Einstein. It's Albert Einstein. Oh my God, it's Albert Einstein.
and #1 attraction of the female gender in the 3rd grade, you wouldn't believe me. But before I get into the video, I'm gonna ask you, when did you peak? Maybe you're like me and peaked when you literally came out of the womb. Maybe you peaked sometime in high school, or maybe you haven't even gone to high school yet. Some of you guys are pretty damn young. Or maybe you haven't peaked yet and are still getting better every day. You're wrong, by the way, and I know from personal experience. Because let me tell you how I peaked in 3rd grade. Do you know all the most famous wars in history? World War I, World War II, the Cold War, the Vietnam War, and the War of the Ma Babies. War of the Ma Babies? What the hell is that goofy name? Well, not to brag or anything, but I was an army general in that war. Basically, me and the boys, we were I don't even think we had a name. We were just the boys. And the girls called themselves the Ma Babies. And every single recess we had, it was an all-out brawl. Well, not really, but it was a metaphorical all-out brawl. We didn't actually fight because we would have gotten sent to the principal's office, and we were all good children, but good children at war. We'd basically just be chasing each other, but the boys, we would just be breaking the girls' ankles like we were goddamn Allen Iverson. I remember we would be training to unlock higher levels and new powers. And there was a document that I wrote down all the powers and the level that you needed to be at to get there. And I actually still have that document to this day. Look at this. You see, level 1 is normal. I don't even know what normal means. I guess it's like a punch. Level 2, fire. Level 3, ice. Level 4, force field. At level 4, you could literally create a damn force field. Level 5 was absorb. And this was actually my favorite attack. Despite it only being level 5, I would absorb the shit out of people in battle. That sounds kind of weird. And you might be like, wait, why is there a weird gap between these two attacks? Where's level 6? Well, if I do this, oh shit, level 6, invisibility. You see what I did with the color? That level of creativity is unmatched. We scroll down here, and the powers start to get a little bit ridiculous. Like at level 200, you get never lose flying. Now you might think that means you get to fly, and you never have to stop flying. But I vividly remember this power, meaning that you just never lose in battle. Like you just can't lose if you use this ability. I don't know why we wouldn't just always use it. At level 500, you get atom bomb. Blood actually thought he was Oppenheimer. And apparently the atom bomb was gay as well. Atom force field, atom heavy smasher, atom lightsaber, and then atom transformation. But now we get to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, brain control. If you got to this level, you could brain control your enemies. And the maximum level where you literally turn into God. That's right. I was Jesus level in the 3rd grade. This is literally what I mean when I say I peaked in the 3rd grade. I was literally God. Also, feel free to like and subscribe if you want to see more content from me just like this. Anyways, not only was I God, but I was a math prodigy. Literally. Remember the game Prodigy? The game where you collect B-Tech Pokemon, and in order to fight other B-Tech Pokemon, you gotta answer these math questions? Now, back in the peak Prodigy days, our 3rd grade class had a leaderboard of everyone in our class and our Prodigy level. And me and my best friend who I fought at war with were #1 and #2 on the leaderboard. We were literally Albert Einstein and Bill Nye the Science Guy, the ultimate math duo. Man, I was so good at math back in the day. I remember doing really long addition problems, like 785,912 plus 205,849. And everyone was like, oh, but I was basically just doing long addition over and over and over again. It wasn't actually that special. I remember one time I was at the mall with my mom, and because I was in the 3rd grade, my little legs were very tired. And I was probably complaining a lot, so my mom told me to sit outside and wait for her as she quickly went inside the store to get something. So as I was waiting, you know me, I have to maintain my spot at 1st place on the Prodigy leaderboard. So I was being chilling, doing my thing, and then suddenly I get jump scared by a security guard police officer looking motherfucker. He was trying to tell me that I couldn't be sitting out here by myself because I was a little baby kid, and that he needed to find my mom. He asked me what I was doing, and I told him I was playing Prodigy and showed him that I was 1st in the class. At the time, I thought he was really impressed, but now that I think about it, he probably didn't give a shit. He asked me what I remembered my mom was wearing so they could find her, and I was like, blue? She was not wearing blue. Maybe I wasn't as smart as I thought, but that doesn't matter. Why? Because I was pulling heavy women back then. This wasn't even the 3rd grade. This was more like the 1st grade, which makes it even crazier. I don't remember much about that day, but all I remember is being chased by a huge Congo line of girls going full Subway Surfers mode on them. You might think I was dreaming because I don't remember any context about the situation, but my other best friend, who I was being chased with, remembers the exact same chase, and funnily enough, also doesn't remember any context either. I don't remember much, but I must have been the Rizzler. Yes sir, oh yeah. Damn, I fell off real hard. And look at me now, making a YouTube video about how I peaked back in the 3rd grade. And if you want to get an Asians masterclass to the hood, then click the video right now. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.